Well, welcome everyone to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show where we tell you what's going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined by Josh Burns, ladies and gentlemen.
What up? Brian is off being the man of honor at our dear friend Paul and Melissa's wedding.
If you don't know Paul, he is the wonderful gentleman who leaves his drunk annual voicemail messages. So Paul is a close member of the That Kind of Nerd family, and we wish him and his new bride congratulations and a happy life.
Whee!
Thanks, R2. Always appreciate it. Listen, we got some. This is a movie-packed episode. There's a lot of things going on in the world of movie and TV, and I want to start with a little bit of follow-up. You guys heard me talk about MoviePass a couple weeks ago. It's $10 a month. It's unlimited movies. You can see a movie a day, and the service only costs you $10 a month.
A movie a day keeps the doctor away.
Absolutely. Now, this has been such a huge success because they dropped their price down to $9.95. It was normally $30 or in some cases $50 a month.
Well, that's not new, though.
Well, no, but it was a few weeks. It's been $10.
Yes, we've been talking
apparently
about
the response has been so huge. They unprecedented amount of people signed up that all the cards right now, which is what you need in order to use the service, are now on 2 to 3 week delay. So I got an email from them saying, "Hey, we're really excited that you got the card. It's got a 2 to 3 week delay." And I was like, "Really?" Because my app says it shipped. Like it says you sent my card. And they're like, "Yeah, we're in a delay. We're so sorry." I'm just like, I'm a little confused. And what they said was, "Hey, listen, here's what we're going to do. Then in some markets, we're actually going to partner with movie theaters to allow for e-ticketing. So if a theater supports e-ticketing, even if you don't have the card, we got your back. We got you covered. Let us know what's going on." So I was like, "Oh, all right. Like I can deal with that. None of the theaters near me do e-ticketing."
I don't understand how this can't be solved with an app and a scannable.
Yeah, like a e-payment.
Put it in wallet. I mean, I just
most
like a boarding pass, like a ticket that like a regular movie ticket.
Yeah, but like a Fandango thing, because that's built into their POS terminals, and MoviePass is not. I mean, AMC is suing them for Christ's sake. They're not gonna. "Oh yeah, we'll upgrade our point of sale system to include the fact that we can scan one of your barcodes and get paid."
But they scan like the bulk certificate, like the bulk gift card type stuff. You know what I mean? Like those are third party.
I don't know.
Like they take the Fandango scannable crap, and their Fandango is not right. That's third party, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how. Listen, this is over my head. But I
no, this is totally your fault. You generated so much interest with your constant plugging of MoviePass that they've run out of cards. So in my world, in the world of the professional commuter, there's only one thing I can compare this to. There's a lounge access called Priority Pass. Bunch of lounges throughout the country, but you must have a physical card. There's no other way to get in there if you don't have the card. And it's a super pain in the ass for a lot of people. And what I see a lot in these travel groups that I'm a part of on Facebook is people complaining that they forgot their Priority Pass card at home. And they're just standing outside the lounge, like, being rained on in the terminal, crying, right?
Like sad David Tennant gift.
Sad David Tennant gift. Yeah. That's what this MoviePass thing is to me. Because you're signed up at this point. Are they refunding your $9.95?
So no, and they're not starting your first month or your 30 days until you actually receive the card.
And then activate it, right?
And then activate it. And I said, "Hey, listen, again, it's in shipped." And the wonderful person I'm dealing with on customer service says, "Hey, listen, can you give me till tomorrow? Like, give me a day. I'll find out where your card is, and I'll just kind of let you know what's going on with it."
Just seems like the good people at MoviePass could have figured out the magical point at which when you're ordering in bulk and you go from like 5,000 to 5,001 and the price drops by like 17 cents per card. Like, why didn't they do that? Just do that.
I don't know. Would you like me to ask them? I'll ask them.
I would. A pro tip, if you go to Staples and you order 500 copies of something, it's one price. If you order 501, it's like 17 cents cheaper per copy.
Just the more you know.
I'm shocked people don't figure this out.
Right.
I just play around with the system until I find out how to gamify it.
Oh, you. All right, so in some other movie news, I hope you guys are buckled in because there's a lot of movie and TV news, but I want to start off with a little bit of good news. We got some news about the new Indiana Jones movie. Okay, now roll your eyes a little bit that, yes, we're doing another Indiana Jones movie after the...
Can't wait for more Shia LaBeouf!
Oh, don't, Josh. Do not look for Shia LaBeouf because he will not be appearing in the new movies.
Because he's a dumpster fire?
Because he's crazy.
He's crazy as hell. He is actually the character Harrison Ford played in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
when they asked Shia LaBeouf, hey, can we do the movie without you? His reply was, just do it.
Just do it!
You don't remember the meme?
No, I totally get it. I was driving on the Schuylkill Expressway out of Philly just the other day, and over one of the bridges was spray painted, "Don't let your dreams be dreams." And I thought, you get it, Philly. You do. You really get it.
Listen, you may have beat that robot to death, that hitchhiking robot that made it all across the country, Philly, but at least you know dank memes.
So really, what's like? Okay, so if it's not going to be Shia LaBeouf, like what do we think?
I don't think his character is appearing at all. I don't think they're even touching the character. So they're just kind of letting this go and just saying, hey, yeah, we'll pretend Crystal Skull didn't exist if you come see this movie. So we'll ignore Shia LaBeouf and let's hopefully ignore some aliens. And, everything will be fine. And I know there's a few people out there that are like, you guys are hating on the Crystal Skull. It's not fair. Well, you're wrong, okay? Like, you're wrong.
Although I do hate it.
Oh, yeah, you should hate it.
And it is awful.
It is terrible. There's no defense of this whatsoever.
It is worth exactly one watch.
Okay, the next thing, this is actually really interesting. There's a lot of people out there who, travel the world. They go to different states, they go to different countries, and they put up a map in their home, and they put the little push pin in there, or they can even get like a little scratch-off map of places you visit.
Yes, you see all the ideas on Pinterest.
Now, I am a nerd. I am not the traveling nerd. I am the movie nerd. So because I'm a movie nerd and I'm not traveling, I would like to get something about movies. So, I can't speak. What's wrong with me?
Pop Chart Lab.
Thank you. The Pop Chart Lab has released a 100 essential film scratch-off poster. This looks pretty cool. Because these are the movies that, like, you really should watch. Like, this should be on your list of, yeah, you should probably see these movies.
I do like it. I struggle with, like, I'm looking at pictures of it, and it looks like there's fine print that tell you what the movies are, and then you scratch them off, and that looks cool. But have you ever like done a scratch off lottery ticket?
Yes.
What does it look like when you're done scratching it?
It's not beautiful all the time.
Looks like a hot mess.
Yeah, unless my wife does it, because I don't know how she does it. She finds the penny that just like, yeah, no, this will be smooth. This will be great. I don't know how she does it.
I always end up like with a card that's like totally bent at every corner, like mangled because I'm just applying too much pressure. So this is an 18 by 24 print.
Right.
I don't know. Like it would have to be, mounted on some seriously sturdy card for me not to screw it up. But I like the idea. I wish there was an option that is there an option that's much larger than 18 by 24? Because I wouldn't want something that small. I would want something much bigger, and I only see one option. And it does say starts at, and then there's no other option.
Well, no. The starts at is if you want it framed or not framed.
But right, I could take it to Michael's and pay them $300, and they'll throw a frame on it.
Yeah, but so if you want to get it framed, though, it's $120 for a framed version of this poster.
Yeah, but it's going to be a crappy frame.
Oh, I don't know. It looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, yes, looks, and then you get it, and it's that plastic thing. Like I like it. I would like it a whole lot better if it were much, much larger.
From what I can see, that you cannot get anything larger than 18 by 24.
The standard movie poster size is 27 by 40, by the way. So
it's small.
This thing is, I mean, we're talking about 33% smaller than it should be.
So here's what we need. We need someone to go ahead and make a larger version. And what I would really love is like the ability to maybe customize a few of the movies that are on there.
All right. I mean, I think we had the right idea. 100 essential movies. And I don't think that anybody should be customizing that because, somebody's going to throw friggin' Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in there.
What if you do like 100 sci-fi, right, and then 100 that are like action adventure?
No, I don't want it big. I don't want more movies. I just want a bigger 100 essential movie, type thing, right? Who decided?
Yeah. It doesn't say where they source the essential movies from.
This was just Jimmy in his room decided what was what. I mean, from what I'm seeing, these movies look pretty essential.
Yeah, I mean, you got Singing in the Rain, you got Clockwork Orange, you got The Godfather. What else was?
I see
Braveheart,
Raging Bull,
Back to the Future, Star Wars, Jaws. Like it's got a good eclectic mix on there. It's not just all in one genre. Citizen Kane's in there, Apocalypse Now.
I'm behind it. I wish it were bigger.
I agree. I do also like the artwork that's on it. I think it's actually really, really neat looking, and I thought it was an interesting concept. You're right. There's still maybe a little refinement that needs to be done. So Pop Chart lads, come on, let's go for a bigger version. But I thought it was interesting. I mean,
like at least North American advertising movie poster size. Like just make it the same size as every other movie poster.
No, I would say European version of this. That doesn't mean smoking, by the way.
Why'd you go French? I get it. For all French people smoke.
Because it is the cinema. Yes, all French people smoke, but it is the cinema. It's very France. That's why fin at the end of the movie.
Were you adding Drano to your wine as you did that? Like, was it? Yeah. Is that part of the? That's the only reference, like French reference from The Simpsons that I use all the time. So just go with it.
I'll let it happen. Now that we've got the lighthearted stuff out of the way, we need to talk.
Oh, that was lighthearted.
That was the lighthearted stuff.
You shit on Shia LaBeouf and also screwed over everybody that ordered MoviePass. That's the lighthearted stuff.
That's the lighthearted stuff.
That's good. Let's get into the serious.
There's some serious things happening right now.
All right.
And it revolves around a little bit. Man, remember that Disney streaming service that we talked about?
Yeah, I know what you're gonna. I know what you're gonna say. I gotta tell you, it's not. I'm not gonna react favorably.
What am I going to say?
You're going to say that Marvel and Star Wars movies will be exclusive to Disney's streaming service.
Yep.
And
they said we're going to launch big and we're going to launch hot.
My problem is it's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
You got to feel like something like that they can charge $20 a month for.
Wow, really? You think $20 a month?
If Marvel and Star Wars movies, as well as all other Disney content, is available here, but Marvel and Star Wars are exclusive. How much is a Marvel movie when it comes out on Blu-ray?
Initially, probably around 23, 24.
Sure. Yeah, something like that. They're $19.99 on iTunes.
Right.
Now, we figured out between 2018, 2019, there were 19 comic book movies, and not all Marvel, I know.
Right.
But, the lion's share, right? So, I mean, if they plan to release 6 a year every year, on top of, one Star Wars every couple years, on top of, things like Moana and the rest of the stuff that Disney does, who's to say that Disney wouldn't go, screw you guys, $20?
And there's enough people who love Disney to pay that outrageous sum of money.
Right, because, you know what? If you don't pay the $20, you don't get to see Lion King for 2 years. We're just not going to release it.
Right. We're going to lock it up, and it's not coming out.
Right. We're going to put it back in the vault. Lady and the Tramp, I haven't seen that on a shelf for like 5 years. And when you want to see it, where is it?
So there was some concern, though. Brian Roman had, again, early access to our topics through our Patreon page, and he was like, well, what does that mean for the Marvel Netflix shows like Daredevil and Iron Fist and Defenders? I mean, are we going to lose those? And the answer so far is no.
They're Netflix originals.
They're Netflix originals, and they're going to stay on Netflix. But I mean,
right. But you were paying, whatever. I'm not even sure how much Netflix is now. Is it $10
a month, or if you do the HD 4K version, I think it's $12.
All right. So you're paying whatever you're paying for Netflix, and you were getting all the Marvel movies early,
right?
And that's not going to happen anymore. That's I mean, for me, it's feeding what you were talking about, where at this point, cord cutting is no longer cord cutting. It's just a la carte package selection.
Yep.
And it's no longer affordable, right? Because all this stuff is adding up.
I'll still fight you on the no longer affordable part. I mean, it's affordable. It's just not as convenient as it used to be.
Well, I mean, it's affordable relatively, right? I mean, if most people were just paying basic cable, but now you have to pay for 4 different streaming services that are each upwards of $10, right? Not including what you'd pay for Sling and everything. It's really not affordable anymore. Plus, you've increased your internet package to make all of this streaming possible.
You're going to make me redo my spreadsheet, aren't you?
I'm sorry, you're going to have to at this point.
All right, so here's the thing. Listen, we're speculating on the pricing. Disney says that in the months ahead, they're going to go ahead and give us the pricing. The service isn't going to launch until, they say, late 2018, and the Netflix agreement is in effect till 2019. So there's going to be maybe a couple months of overlap.
It's gonna change in November, and it's gonna expire a month later. And what's gonna happen is when they pull everything, that's when their sign up promotion is gonna end.
Right.
So like the moment it's off Netflix and you go, oh, I gotta sign up for this Disney thing, it's no longer 15, it's now 20 a month.
Right. And initially, when this was kind of floated around, Disney didn't make mention of Star Wars. So we thought Star Wars could be on other streaming services. But, looks like Disney just wants the money grab. And everyone's starting to do this stuff. And, it ticks me off a little bit. But, hey, it's happening. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop it. So
as long as there's an Apple TV app, I'm on board.
I hope they have it on Android TV. Because, man, that'd be good, too. I'm not even
sure what you just said.
There's your TV can run Android. I have an Android TV and an Apple TV. I've got 2, one for each different TV.
One of those things doesn't make sense, and the other thing is made by Apple.
That's true. But man, I don't want to have to pay another $20. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll definitely let you know what's going on. But I just kind of thought everyone should be made aware.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so since we're already talking about Star Wars, we need to update you on a little bit of news that Episode 9 has just lost its director.
No!
Colin Trevorrow. No, don't do this.
This movie is going to be horrible.
No.
Because they lost their director.
No.
And that's what happens when you lose a director. Your movie is horrible.
All right, I'm ready
for it. That's you and Brian talk about. When you lose a director, it's a horrible movie, and now Star Wars is going to be horrible.
No, you stop it. This is not an alarm. There's no need for the alarm.
This is contradictory to everything.
No, and here, okay, so let's talk about this hypocrisy that Josh is calling out. That Brian and I, when The Flash has lost a director and a director and
when
a director
anything
and
DC
a director.
loses a director, when anything DC loses any part of its production crew, like the key grip has left the set. For the 4th time.
Not the best boy, you son of a bitch. You bring him back.
Best boy.
No,
we've gone through 7 costume designers.
Guys, the caterer has left the building. Okay, so let me tell you why this is not hypocrisy from the DC universe. In particular, let's just talk about...
It's not from the DC universe. It's from you shitting on the DC
universe. Okay, in particular...
It's your hypocrisy.
In particular, the Flash movie, okay? The Flash movie has gone through 3 directors and 3 scripts. 3 directors and 3 scripts, and they haven't delayed the movie. I'm okay with losing a director. Something changing hands. I'm not freaking out about the Han Solo movie. You got Ron Howard taking over. I'm quite okay with the fact that we removed the 2 directors from the Lego movie and 21 Jump Street. It was a little late. Yes, that's very odd. But hey, we got Ron Howard. We're good to go. As of the time of this recording, I don't believe they've announced who will be replacing.
This isn't like you're not.
But it's one. Hold on. Wait.
Isn't it's compounded for you.
It's one director before they've even started shooting.
One director after they had somebody come on to rewrite the movie. Like
no, Colin Trevorrow and his co-writer Derek Connolly have been writing the movie from the start.
No.
And they brought on a guy. Yeah, they got rid of the director and they brought on a guy to rewrite the script.
They brought on Jack Thorne.
Yes.
To rewrite the script that Trevorrow and his co-writer wrote.
Right. Did you see, what was it, The Book of Henry? Did you see that movie?
Why would I see a movie called The Book of Henry?
Because the guy directed and wrote it, and it was terrible.
All right.
It's got Naomi Watts in it, and it
what guy?
Bombed the director of this movie. The original
guy that just left.
The guy who just left, the original director of Episode 9, wrote and directed a terrible movie called The Book of Henry. Maybe he didn't write it. I think he did, though.
They had a guy that the guy they brought in wrote Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Here's
what I'm saying.
This movie is
No,
doomed.
no,
the
here's why.
movie is cursed.
They
like
haven't,
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
They haven't picked up a camera. They haven't shot a frame of this movie yet. You are okay to change the direction. You're okay to change the script. You can change the tone of the movie because nothing's happened with The Flash. 3 different people come in, 3 different scripts, reshoots, redo, rewrites, and the movie has, they start filming, then they stop. They start filming, then they stop. That's a problem. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. Now, I mean, there was also issues with Rogue. Let me just be, up front. There have been issues with Rogue One with reshoots, which, okay, that's such is life. And there were issues with, I think they were redoing some of the current episodes, or episode 8. I think they had a couple of reshoots as well. But that stuff is that's bound to happen. And the Han Solo movie, they lost 2 directors very close to the end of principal photography, but they brought in Ron Howard to correct it. So, no, the world is not on fire. Trust the process. And you know why, Josh? Because I trust Disney. I trust Disney more than I trust Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers hasn't turned out a whole lot of good stuff since, the Harry Potter franchise. I mean,
the guy that left concerns me because he kind of looks like Dave Matthews, and I don't like that.
If you've ever seen anything from Rooster Teeth, he looks like Bernie Burns. And if you don't know that, is Red versus Blue. And if you don't know that, you're just old. Sorry, Josh.
But also, this saga is cursed. It's circling the drain.
It's not circling the drain.
I don't know. According to everything you and Brian have ever said,
okay,
this is circling the drain.
Okay, hold on. Are you ready? Let's pivot to DC and let's see what I say about this, because it is time to talk about the world of comics, how it's affecting TV, how it's affecting movies, but most of all, how it's affecting me today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk.
Oh, it's so nice to hear Brian. So nice to have his voice right there. I miss you, buddy. My boy Blue. Josh, right now, the Justice League movie, which right now is being taken over by Joss Whedon after Zack Snyder left for personal reasons.
Indeed.
Is still filming with fewer than 75 days until its theatrical release.
Okay.
And I think that's a good thing. The other thing we found out too is that Joss Whedon has changed about 30% of the Justice League script, and most of that is in the 3rd act, which we think Superman shows up, as well as he's brought in, about 20 pages of script with him, and made a whole lot of dark cuts. He's cut out some characters, but he says he is still trying to preserve Zack Snyder's overall vision for this. Here's why I'm not freaking out about this. This is good. I take a little bit extra time, course correct this movie, bring some of it in the whimsy from the Marvel Universe, bring in some of the magic that was great about Wonder Woman, fix that 3rd act, cut out a character. I'm fine. I think they're doing less dark side in this, and kind of focusing on some other villains. This is good news, but they're just gonna cut this real close to the wire, like real close to the wire. I'm not nervous. I'm hopeful for a DC movie. Let the record reflect I am hopeful for a DC movie. Is this?
Yeah, this is all fine.
The sky's not falling here?
No, I mean, look, the sky's never been falling for me. So, that's a you and Brian thing. I don't care what they change or who they bring in or how close to the wire it gets. Just give me the movie. Give me the movie. I'm gonna go watch it. It's gonna be great as long as they minimize Wonder Woman. It'll be fine.
Wait. As long as they minimize Wonder Woman?
I didn't say maximize, did I? I said the opposite of that. I hope the 30% he changed made 30% less Wonder Woman.
What?
I rewatched it. I bought it.
Okay.
Right?
Because I want to hear about this rewatch.
Because I have to. Because Zoe loves it. So I had to, buy it on iTunes.
Correct.
So I pre-ordered it and I had it, as soon as it came out. And I watched it thrice. Okay.
Right.
Just to give it a shot.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I only fell asleep twice out of the 3 times. And the 3rd time when I didn't fall asleep was not interested at all.
I think you're the only person who had this feeling on Wonder Woman.
I was just, this movie is not a good movie. It just wasn't good. I've now watched the movie 4 times. I've fallen asleep 3 of 4 times. I mean, I woke up, right? But you know what? Only like I still don't make it really.
I feel like I want to sit next to you when you watch this movie and like poke you when you're.
I only saw that No Man's Land scene once. They lose me before that scene. I mean, way before that scene, I'm out. I watched it again. As long as Joss Whedon sort of minimizes Wonder Woman, I think we're going to be good. Maximize the Batman, minimize the Wonder Woman.
So here's the question that was posed about this topic. This was Brian. He said, I'm worried about the Justice League. If they're doing many reshoots and shit, how bad was this movie before Whedon got his hands on it? Is there going to be a 3-hour movie that still sucks and then a 4-hour director cut that shows the material that truly is crucial to the story? What is going on with this movie?
Brian texted that to you and not to me?
No, to Brian Roman. My apologies.
I was confused.
Because I said his name wrong, didn't I?
You can't say his name
Sorry.
right.
Sorry about that. Brian Roman said that.
No, Brian.
That's what I said. Brian.
It's not what you said. You're not saying
So what do you think about that? How bad do you think this movie was bad before Joss Whedon got his hands on it?
I think before Joss Whedon got his hands on it, Zack Snyder had 70% Wonder Woman, and now it's 40% Wonder Woman.
Do you think that this is going to be a 3-hour movie and then turns into a 4-hour movie with a director's cut?
I really hope it's a 4-hour movie. That'd be amazing.
No.
I have a very different outlook than you guys do. I want like the unlimited holy shit edition. I want all of the story.
But
the theatrical version, it's going to be 2 hours and 40 minutes or whatever it's going to be. And I hope there's a holy shit edition that's 4 hours long. I hope like it's so long they force me to take a pee break. Like intermission.
Lord of the Rings?
Let's all go to the lobby on the screen. During iTunes, and I have to like laugh and then get up and go pee because I've been holding it doing the dance.
During the Lord of the Rings, I think it was the Two Towers. I don't know if was that the movie.
Well, I mean that was one.
Okay, right, that was one of the movies. It was very long. In the theater I was in, they actually had an intermission.
That had to be Return of the King because it was an hour and a half too long.
Is that what it was? I don't remember which Lord of the Rings it was. I do remember going to it and there was a literal
like there was a giant like a climactic scene and you're like, wow, yes. Wait, this isn't the end? No, we got another 90 minutes, asshole.
So, but here's the criticism.
You should get yourself another 40.
Here's the criticism that Mr. Roman is alluding to, and Josh, Brian, and I have said this to you, Josh, is that you were lucky enough is a relative term, to watch the extended edition of Batman v Superman and never see the theatrical release. And the extended cut had extra scenes in there that cleaned up part of the story. So his concern is, are we going to have to not only see the theatrical version, but then also see the extended cut in order to get the actual story?
Well, I can answer it like this. If CJ shits on Justice League the same level he shit on BVS, I will do the same thing I did with that and skip it totally until the Ultimate Edition is released and then watch it and love it. So it's not going to be a thing for me.
Not going to be a problem for you. But the true believers who go to the movies at Thursdays at midnight or 10 a.m. 10 p.m. Like what happens to us?
Well, I say you should probably not shit on it so much and let people enjoy it.
Listen, I am hopeful for Justice League. I really am.
Boy, very tall boy. Just keep saying it.
But that didn't work. That didn't work. I ended up with 2 girls. That doesn't work.
Well, I mean, for a movie.
It didn't even work for Turk. It didn't even work for Turk.
No,
he got a girl.
It didn't work for Turk. But I mean, I don't know what you need to say, but you need some sort of chant or mantra, just like a woo-saw, like a stroke your earlobes and say,
it's Firefly and Buffy. Firefly and Buffy.
There you go. Just say, just cross your arms and rock back and forth until you believe it.
All right. Well, listen, Justice League premieres on November 17th. So, I mean, time is that's close, man. That's really close. So let's hope they...
it's when? I missed it. When?
November 17th.
Man, that's great.
So get the digital, Henry Cavill mustache removal scene up and running. Let Joss Whedon finish filming the movie. And let's hope that it's literally not someone running the film to the movie theater to go, I got it. Here you go. Here it is. And you have to play it.
I think you're being a little ridiculous. Like it's not that big a deal. Why is it do you trust Joss Whedon?
Of course. Okay. I don't trust Warner Brothers.
Wait, hold on. You're on the record historically. So do you like Zack Snyder?
No.
Just answer yes or no. No, you don't, because you're on the record saying so.
Correct.
And I believe that Joss Whedon downsized the Zack Snyderiness just enough, which probably, based on feedback, right? Everybody's saying the best thing you've done is Wonder Woman. Joss Whedon went, we're not doing that shit. Less Wonder Woman. I trust Joss Whedon to do less Wonder Woman.
You're making this less Wonder Woman thing just up out of thin air.
I don't think I am. I think Zack Snyder and everybody else was like, you know what really worked? Wonder Woman. Let's do more Wonder Woman. And I'm going, no more Wonder Woman, please. Joss Whedon.
You can send all your feminist hate mail to josh@thatkindofnerd.com.
This is feminist hate mail. It wasn't a good movie.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm not sure you do, but you know.
I do.
I thank you for patronizing me either way.
Now I know why it hasn't been just you and I on a show before.
Yeah, this is why.
You just, boom, shut down, bro. Can't go anywhere. Well, what I also like to do is I like to troll the internet. I like to find the weird, the obscure, and just the really cool things, and I ask for a tech perspective. You notice no one here to sing the song today? Feels good.
No, I'm not going to do it.
I know you're not. You just did.
Boop.
So, Josh, we like to find deals. We like to find bargains. And we like to let people...
I enjoy bargaining. Indeed.
We like to let people know about this. So, Spotify and Hulu just came together, got some synergy all up in their schniz, and they've made a $5 deal for college students.
What's a schniz?
Schniz, it's just all up in their stuff. All the
that's schniz is stuff.
It's just,
gotcha.
It's
all
things.
Okay. All right.
Whatchamacallit?
That's
Thingamabobs. Schniz. Anyway, so it's $5, but it's for college students. Now, I'm trying to figure out how on God's green earth I can circumvent this freaking restriction.
It's just as long as you have an EDU, right?
Yes.
I have an EDU.
You have an EDU?
Of course I do. Did you go to college?
I did.
Isn't your EDU still active?
No.
Oh, mine is.
# state school.
Oh, fair enough. Limited network.
Hey, sorry, they're cutting our funding, so everyone with an old email address, yeah, you're out of here. And if I did, I wouldn't know who it was. So listen, typically Hulu is about $8 a month. Spotify for students is $5 a month already, so they're basically getting free Hulu with this deal.
What if I have, I guess if I have an existing Spotify or Hulu, I don't have Spotify, but if I have an existing Hulu account, but it's on a different email, this doesn't matter. I can just sign up for a new one and cancel my old one, right?
Yeah, you would have to, it looks like you will have to make a new Hulu account.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Is there any downside to making a new Hulu account?
All your progress on where you're currently watching a TV show is gone?
I don't care about any of that. Like, I'll figure that out. Like, I just won't, I'll pay an extra, whatever, $12 and not cancel until I've bookmarked shit. I don't care.
Okay.
Like, that's not that big a deal. I don't ever watch Hulu, really, for any reason.
Now, this Hulu subscription that they're giving you, this excludes the premium add-ons, like no ads, and it does not include HBO or Showtime. So this is a basic Hulu subscription, but it's free. So,
oh, nope. All right, never mind.
Oh, because it's got ads,
Oh yeah, I'm out. Immediately with the ads, I'm out.
I don't know if you could maybe pay the difference, and then you just have to.
I don't want to pay the difference. Like, I'm already paying the difference.
It's $2.
Why would I?
It's $2. You would have to pay $7 instead of having to pay what, $13, $12?
I don't know what I'm paying. I just pay it.
Yeah, no, but if you got a Hulu student if you got the Spotify student, right, that's $5 normally, and if you got Hulu, it was $8.
I'm never going to use Spotify.
What I'm saying is, what if you paid $2 for Hulu? Is that a terrible thing?
Does it have ads?
No. Let's just say let's just say you can pay the $2 extra and get the Hulu Plus. That's no ads. So it's the $5 for Spotify and the $2.
Save $5 a month by changing the email address on my account. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I would do that. Sure.
I'm curious. I have no idea. Listen, I just came up with this. I have no idea if that's how it works. So maybe we got to reach out to Hulu with Spotify.
No, they're going students or peasants. Watch ads. That's probably
what they're doing.
That's what they're doing. Students or peasants watch ads.
It's for free. Stop asking for extra stuff.
Right.
All right. Okay. So when it comes to this, I'm not going to use the word bundling, but when it comes to these relationships between services and stuff that you already love when it comes to TV, T-Mobile has announced that on their family plan, so you have to have at least 2 lines. If you're on their T-Mobile One, you will now get Netflix on T-Mobile. T-Mobile will pay your Netflix bill. So it's normally $10 for a Netflix account. It will now be a $0. It will now T-Mobile takes over the billing for it. And if you want the premium Netflix, which has the 4K content and more users, it is only $2 a month, which will go now on your T-Mobile bill. So Netflix just you don't pay Netflix anymore. You just pay T-Mobile. But if you have a family plan, at least 2 lines, 2 voice lines on T-Mobile One, they are now giving you Netflix.
Wait. Does this only apply on your mobile devices?
No. You can use it wherever you want. But
my Netflix account is on my Apple TV.
You can use it there. It is a full Netflix account.
So I guess the question becomes, are you willing to save $120 a year for an inferior network? Really is the question.
No, dude. The Root metric has put T-Mobile ahead of Verizon. With Verizon and AT&T, and full disclosure, I have T-Mobile. With the current
in major metros, I agree with you.
I would say even past major metros, they just activated even to their 600 megahertz frequency, which right now is only available on one phone. But that's going to be a huge deal.
Rural Virginia.
I'm not in rural Virginia.
Right, anywhere on the eastern seaboard that is between major cities, T-Mobile is a challenge.
I haven't gone out there, so I can't dispute.
For grown-ups that live outside the main suburban areas that surround metros, T-Mobile isn't really a feasible option. Now, if you live in around a major metro and you're currently paying, probably $40-$50 a month more for Verizon than T-Mobile, I think this is absolutely something worth looking into, especially if it's going to save you an additional $120 a year.
Right. So, for instance, some of the facts, a 2-line plan without the phones, just the service itself, on T-Mobile's $120, including taxes and fees, minus your phone. So whatever phone, and you can BYOD, whatever. The Netflix is now included, and then if you wanted the extra Netflix, it's $2 a month on top of your T-Mobile bill, so $122 a month, and you get access to multiple user accounts, 4K content.
I really like this as a value prop for switching.
Mm-hmm. The question is, will the network actually be good for you? Because listen, you're right, Josh. For everybody, T-Mobile does not.
I'm just saying you need to look into, will the network work for me?
Yes.
Okay, so. And if it will, then absolutely. Like for me, it's not a possibility. I travel too much to too many places. I can't do it.
See, I'm supposed to go on a trip to South Carolina today, which is Friday. But there's a little bit of a hurricane. There's a hurricane and storms happening down there, so I'm delaying my trip a little bit. But I'm driving, so I'm real curious to test the network.
I hope you do test the network.
I'm hoping it's good, and I'll let you know how it goes. I will be recording.
I need screenshots every hour. Actually, let's
just to do.
Let's get that. Let's get that screenshots every hour of just your LTE bar that no longer says LTE up there.
The other thing too, have you ever seen Jean Legier give a video or a presentation, the CEO of T-Mobile?
Yeah,
this guy's great, right? He hates AT&T and Verizon with a freaking passion.
Yeah, he hates everything that isn't T-Mobile.
It's so funny the way this guy spent the 20 minutes just trash talking the two networks, just trash talking them about DirecTV and bundling all this shit and bills. It was hilarious. Even if you don't like T-Mobile, you don't want T-Mobile, and you don't want this deal, just go watch the event where they announced this. You'll laugh your ass off just at the fact that this is a CEO just being freaking brazen.
I don't like him because he reminds me of Lars from Metallica. So I immediately discount everything he says because I hate Lars so much.
You just see him sitting there and Napster's the fucking devil.
So every time I see Ledger on Facebook doing a cooking thing and being his normal loquacious entertaining self, I just go, fuck you, Lars.
Oh, so here's the thing. Remember how we asked, what if you're an existing Hulu subscriber right on the last deal? What if you already have Netflix right now, right? And you are a T-Mobile customer, or you're going to become a T-Mobile customer, what do you do for this?
They grandfather your shit?
All you do is you go to a website, You go on a T-Mobile app, actually, and you link your Netflix account, and they take care of it for you.
Yeah, I couldn't give up my Netflix watch list or history. I can't. I'm sorry.
I've
There's
curated
just no
that
way
thing.
I can give up my Netflix
I've
list.
curated my Netflix
really
well. I need that.
Can't give it up.
So your current Netflix account kind of stays. I'm a mooch. All right, I mooch off my brother with the Netflix account.
Of course.
I've been doing. Of course, if you know me, come on.
Oh my god!
So I'm going to take over the Netflix account, and I'm going to pay the extra $2 a month on my bill to take over. I'm going to be a good guy, CJ, and take over the Netflix account so I can save my.
But when you say be a good guy, CJ, you mean it's not costing you anymore. It's less than you're actually already giving your brother anyway, and he's going to get to share your login.
Well, it's still his login.
Oh. So you're really not doing any work.
I'm just taking his credit card and taking his payment out of the equation so he never pays the Netflix bill.
Have you been contributing at all or just adding on to the
I'll take over all billing responsibilities for the Netflix account, Josh, including
that's
the
not what I asked, though.
$2.
Have you been contributing anything as like a productive member of society? I don't think
you understand that the $2, Josh, is going to be on my bill now. It's on my...
Oh, the $2! How long have you been using his Netflix account is what
Josh, that means $2 over the course of a year is what I'll be paying for Netflix.
5 years he's been using it. This guy's been paying $12 a month, and CJ's gonna pay $2 a month and call it square. That's fucking great. Oh, thanks for doing me a favor, bruh. Jesus Christ. Awesome.
That's me.
Good plan.
If you ever want to know what I was like as a brother, now you know. All right, and a final bit of news, we are actually doing a giveaway. We gave away some fidget cubes a few months ago. We gave it to Rob Palco and Kayleen. So they got their hands on a real, authentic fidget cubes.
Not a knockoff.
Not a knockoff, like real, honest-to-God fidget cubes. So we are doing another giveaway with some Loot Crate giveaways. So we have some leftover toys and trinkets from Loot Crate.
I wouldn't call them leftover. I've got some stuff from Loot Crate and from the DX boxes that I think our listeners might like or appreciate more than, say, I do, for instance.
All right, so we're going to be rewarding the first 10 people that will go ahead and sign up for our Super Nerd option. It is $10 a month. You get a one-time mystery gift, which will be the wonderful swag from Josh and Brian's Loot Crate. You will also get early access to podcast and podcast topics. If you don't feel like doing that, we do have a $5 option as well, but get some swag, $10 a month. Go to patreon.com/thatkindofnerd, or just go to your show notes, because who the hell knows how to spell Patreon? Just go to the show notes, click that, and you go instantly to our page, become a super nerd, and get some free swag. So thank you so much for your support, because this is how we make the podcast run, guys. It's based off of you. So thank you so much for making us your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work. I am CJ Mellon, joined by Josh Burns, and we will see you next week.
If you love comics and sci-fi and technology, television, video games, and fantasy, well, take a listen to our show. I'm sure you'll see there's many points where we can agree. Like that Martha as a plot point was just too absurd, and Apple versus Android is a case to be heard, and that Josh Trank's new Fantastic Four was a turd. Well, welcome to the club, because you are that kind of nerd.
Let's all go to the lobby on the screen during iTunes, and I have to laugh and then get up and go pee because I've been holding it, doing the dance.
Shh, it's just Wheaton. It's Firefly and Buffy. Firefly and Buffy.
CJ's got the alligator arms at the Chinese dinner table. He just can't. This lo mein is so good. Boop-a-da-beep-boop-boop.